I'm speaking with William Whitecloud, who is the author and presenter of The Magicians Way. Welcome to Pathways, William.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. In your book, The Magicians Way, you actually talk about magic. Can you elaborate on what your definition of being a magician or being in the magic is all about?
Sure. Magic to me is just simply something, that happens that you wouldn't have believed could happen, where you do something or achieve something that you wouldn't have believed is possible, and it happens. And that's just what magic is to me. You see, the definition of magic. And the thing about magic in terms of my life and how I use it and how I teach people to apply it is that, like the book that I've written and is out now, The Magicians Way, basically it's a story about someone who goes on a journey and steps out of their normal paradigm, their normal routine. I find that we're all, basically humans, have a real strong tendency to stick to a very narrow routine. They might think that it's a very diverse life. They go skiing in Canada and they have an affair in Alice Springs or whatever. But actually, if you really analyze their lives, we're real creatures of habit and routine. And those routines limit us to a certain experience in life that reinforce the idea that life's a certain way and these are the possibilities, etc. And this is a story about someone who happens to step out of their routine and has a fantastic experience, and an amazing fortune flows from that. And while that's a story in the book, I find that it's true to real life, that where I myself step out of my habitual routine and where I can support people in stepping out of their routines in life, their habitual patterns and routines, that suddenly they connect with a much bigger picture and flow in life and experience results and experiences that are way beyond what they would have considered possible or would happen in life. So that's magic to me, is going outside of what you believe is real and possible, and experiencing something much bigger, something much more powerful, something much more magical, Yeah.
In your workshops, you teach a lot of metaphysical principles. Can you elaborate on what metaphysics means to you?
Well, I think the actual definition of the word metaphysics comes from the term meta, which I believe is beyond. So it's beyond the physical. And I'm not an expert in these matters, but I am told that we're only about 1%, if even that, actual tangible physical matter. There's a whole emotional component to us, and then non-physical energetic component to us. And to me, that's what the metaphysical is about. It's what's beyond the material and the physical and the linear, the yesterday, today, tomorrow. And it's really getting outside again that narrow paradigm, that narrow routine, if you like, that we have of just seeing the way as something like a clock, a mechanistic tick-tock. And it's what happens in the world outside of that, what's happening between the particles. Again, it's allowing, it's appreciating, should I say, that we are, only a fraction of our nature is rational, linear, logical, and the greater part of who we are is non-linear, non-rational, non-physical, and it's a part of us that we can't understand, and it's learning to hand your life over to that side of yourself, handing your life over to a power greater than yourself to influence and run your life. That's what the metaphysical means to me.
Can you elaborate on people's their outer focus compared with their inner focus?
Sure. I mean that's really my favourite topic, Steve. The book, The Magicians Way, really addresses that. I think it's the essential message of the Magician's Way, is that nowadays it's not a very extraordinary principle or philosophy for people to accept that what we focus on determines the results in our lives. For instance, nowadays people are getting life coaching, and they're going to all sorts of motivational workshops and that, and you're taught that you must have goals and you must focus on something, and that's all well and good, and it's very true. But the difference between my book and what you might be reading elsewhere, where the Magician's Way goes is as far as to point out that what you self-consciously focus on isn't necessarily what your focus is. In other words, what you're going for in life isn't necessarily addressing your true focus. What your true focus is what motivates you to go for what you go for. So if I'm going for a car, for instance, I decide I want a nice flashy car. I could think that my self-conscious focus, I could think that my focus is a nice flashy car. But actually what you could find is that my real, deeper, more powerful focus is, why am I going for that? What's my motivation, And in a simplistic, cliched sense, you might find that, well, I just like it. But you also might find that I feel inferior the way I am, and I want to get away from that sense of inferiority, have a sense of significance. And so that insignificance is what I'm focused on, and I might get that car or I might not, but my insignificance will increase as a result because I'm focused on it. And this is really the level that we have to learn to create at and look at life at, if we mean to come to a powerful sense of ourselves and create powerfully and magically as well in life.
Life can be very challenging for a lot of people. What sort of words of wisdom could you offer our viewers?
Well, I would say, what I say to everyone really, as words of encouragement, and it's the truth, is that we are divine, creative, magical beings. We are powerful, creative people, and that the perceptions that we live in and the ruts that we can trap ourselves in or just find ourselves in are not real at all. And what I say to people, it's not only what I would say to them, but what I do say to them is to actually build an image of yourself and create an image of yourself as someone who is a powerful, creative, magical being. And, just live with that assumption only for a few days, only for a few weeks. You only have to hold it together that long. And what you begin to see is that your life, with that sort of self-awareness or self-definition, should I say, and positive assumption, your life actually does take on a super colour. It really does actually become what you say it is, and you actually then create a reality of that power and creativity and magic, if you like.
Been speaking to William Whitecloud, who is the author and presenter of The Magician's Way. So thanks for coming on Pathways, William.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Thanks for having me. It was really great talking to you.
Thanks. For more information about Pathways magazine, visit our website, www.pathways33.com. There you'll find all the contact details for the guests that appear on our show, and you'll also find out about glyconutrient supplements and also how you can work from home in the wellness industry. Hope you enjoyed the show. We certainly enjoyed putting it together. We'll see you again next time.